Okay, we sound good. Alright, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's my top 10 Xbox 360 games. And if you notice, I have a lot of games up here. So instead of it being a top 5, it's a top 10. There are 3 runners-up. And it was really hard to pick. I mean, there's a lot of good games for the 360, but I really don't have a whole lot of time. I gotta cram this all into 15 minutes, so here we go. First runner-up is Lollipop Chainsaw. Very fun, very risque beat 'em up. And if you like Hey Mickey, you're gonna hear it a lot. And it has its own kind of humor. Good stuff, very good for a runner-up. Next is Vanquish. Vanquish, I feel, was very slept on. It's not a long game, but it's very action-packed, and it has an alright story. But it's like the controls are spot on for a third-person shooter. So, yeah, definitely a recommendation here. Next is Forza Motorsport 4. Now this, I feel like this Forza was the point, like the turning point, right? I think we're getting better than Gran Turismo, is what I think. I mean, it might be earlier for some people, but I think this one was the way it is for me. It had Top Gear sponsorship on it. It had the 3 best Top Gear hosts doing little skits for it, doing little voiceovers. Make sure you don't get the Essential Edition because that's like a quarter of the game. Make sure you get this, but it's definitely recommended. A lot of these games are actually really affordable, and they're great experiences. I think that's why I like the 360 above a lot of other consoles to collect for, because the only games that are really like expensive are usually bad games. Like the vast majority of the great games on this library are usually under $20, most under 10. But let's go ahead and start with number 10 here, and it's the Saboteur, and it's an open world game where everything kind of looks drab. You're fighting Nazis, you're pushing them back in France, you're doing the do, you're getting the ladies. It's a fun time. And I don't think that I could do many more open world games that was as fun as this one. There might be one or two, but this was very slept on, I feel. The soundtrack was great, the art direction was really good, and the story was right there. But let's go ahead and move it on along. Next one is going to be BioShock. Now, I have the Ultimate Rapture collection, but I'm more particularly talking about the first BioShock. If that was not a sack tap of a brain screw in this first-person shooter genre, I don't know what is. It was very well designed. The story was top-notch. They did something right with this. I mean, down to it felt like a survival horror, unless you kind of did your powers right, and then it just felt like a shooter for real. But there was definitely had some great moments in this. Definitely had great story. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And it is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 9, they call it in the old community. So this game, I feel, brought Mortal Kombat back from life support. Like, they did a slew of 3D fighters where they were okay, they weren't great, there were nothing to write home about. Then this banger came out, and they started putting ridiculous characters in, starting with this game. They have Freddy Krueger right there. Rain was a great option in this game. I don't like his moveset nowadays, but the one he had before, that was chef's kiss. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this game if you like fighting games on the 360 and you've been living in a cave and you've never heard of Mortal Kombat before. Next one, and I know you didn't think I was going to do a top 10 with a Castlevania game in the library and not put a Castlevania game in the list. Lords of Shadow makes it on this list, and this one, I didn't like the second one. Mirror of Fate wasn't that good either. They kind of tried to do a bunch of dumb crap with the story. This was on point, though. Like, this was a great origin story for the Belmont clan. I know they went with Leon's story instead, but I felt like this one was really nice. Like, Patrick Stewart's in this game. I mean, come on, guys. But the controls were kind of right there. It feels very much like a God of War clone with a kind of gothic twist to it. But it's what it needs to be for the time it came out. Very good game. Alright. Now, of course, we're not going to do a top 10 without putting a Halo game on here. And this is what I consider to be the best Halo game, is Halo Reach. It was a big toss-up between Halo Reach and Halo 3, but this one kind of won out. You make your own Spartan. You're playing through the story with your own Spartan. You're playing multiplayer story, same console. You know the deal. Great story. Very not great ending. Like, if you like good endings. But, you know, I don't know why I'm trying to dance around spoilers. Like, this, it's almost 20 years old, let's be real. But yeah, very good game. And this is Halo in its prime. Alright, next on the list is a game that probably we would have seen coming. I mean, we have a Halo game on here. We're going to have a Gears game on here. And that's the very first Gears of War. This game is like the game that launched 1,000 ships. Like, this was the cover shooter. The colors were kind of drab, but it was also a sign of the times. What can I say about like the voice acting was on point with this. The gunplay was amazing. Like, they had weapons in here that revolutionized just gunplay in general. Like, Epic Games, before they did Fortnite, before you dumped a bunch of money into doing dances on a stage before you went and built your tower, this is what they did. They did masterpieces. But yeah, couldn't recommend Gears enough. Next, and this is number 4, is going to be Ultra Street Fighter 4. Now, like Mortal Kombat, the Street Fighter series was getting a bit dull. Like, it was all just 2D fighters. They tried their 3D one with Arika, with the Street Fighter EX series. That didn't really pick up any. I mean, they made 3 of them, but it wasn't like a blockbuster hit or anything. And the fighting game genre in and of itself, before Street Fighter 4 came out, was dying. It was a dying genre, if it wasn't dead already. And Street Fighter 4 almost single-handedly brought it back to life. And this is just the best version to get of it. Has all the characters in it. Has the extra, I forgot what they called them. It's like their ultra move. They have like 2 different ultra moves, and like all the outfits and stuff you could possibly have downloaded. They're right here. I was at one point in time very good at this game. I played a non-Shoto character. I played Guy, and I was in like the top like triple digits in the world with him. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not huge of a, accomplishment, but, I mean, in order to find your way around a Shoto character, you have to have, like, mastery of your character, because Shotos are the standard, right? So you need to make sure you're better than the standard. And what a great game. What a return to form for Street Fighter. Number 3, and these 3 are almost in no particular order, but I did have to put them in an order because it's a top 10 list, of course. And that is Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion, was the best open world game for this console. And like, that's not even counting all the downloadable content that you got with it. That's not counting the multiplayer. If you just took the single player campaign in this, the writing in this game was amazing. The gunplay was great. Like, you could not get better of a Western game. If you didn't play this, you really couldn't get better than this. But it was by far one of the best games I have ever played, let alone one of the best games I've played on the Xbox 360. So next one, number 2, is, I mean, honestly, like, Platinum in its prime. And that's Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, and the memes in this game alone. I mean, come on. The gameplay, the way you can just cut literally anything into shreds, the soundtrack to it, the story, how Raiden got his own like side story, and it's not a stealth game. Like, come on, he's a cyborg with a sword that can cut through anything. Do you honestly think he's just going to be sneaking around all the time? No, you can do it. You can do it in this game. But there are better options. Like, you fist fight a senator and he suplexes you into the ground. Like, it's a wild ride, and it's worth every penny of it. And I don't even think it costs that much. I think it's less than $20. Actually, I think I bought this one for $10. And I might have even bought one off of Facebook Marketplace for $2. And it's a steal, honestly. Like, definitely get this game. If you have not played this game and you have a 360, like, I don't know, like, grab your parents' wallet, go buy it. Just do it. Just come on now. And then the last one, number 1, and me being an RPG fan, it honestly is no surprise that it is one of the Mistwalker games, and that is Lost Odyssey. And it is from a team of people who are masters of their craft. The writing is top notch. It's one of the best in RPG history, let alone in 360s. It's going to be hard to find a JRPG. There's a very few. There's maybe less than 5, and this one is amongst the echelon of top 360 games in general. The only complaint I would really have with it is the outfits seem kind of weird. They do. And I think it was just a sign of the time when it came to art at this point. But that's a very small complaint. Like, you can basically make these characters do whatever you wanted to. Like, you can equip characters with like weapons that only kings should have, doing massive amounts of damage. You can put any sort of spell you want to on any character. It's not a smart idea, but you could do it. And it's just like, when I think of 360, I think of a few things. I think of Gears of War, I think of Halo, I think of Forza. Not very many people think JRPGs, and it's criminal that they don't think of this. So definitely, if you want to put your top 10 in the description below, if you did a top 10 and you want to link that to me, just let me know. I'm really interested to see what people think of the Xbox 360 library and what they think is the best game on here. But yeah, that's another one, another list for the books. This one was top 10. It's a very hard decision to figure out what these top 10 are. I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds of these games. So it's, and I'm sure there's ones that are left out, like, oh, why didn't you put GTA 5 in it? Oh, why didn't you put, like, I don't know, like Ninja Gaiden 2 or Zone of the Enders down there? Like, and they're certainly, I have a top 20, and they would certainly make it into that top 20, but this is what I consider the top 10 of the 360. Now, you guys take care of yourselves, and you guys have a good rest of your week.